Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 15W36A and this one comes with a warning. It is an unstable snapshot. They're expecting lots of things to be broken, so make some backups before you play in it in your normal worlds. And that should be a rule of thumb by now. Always make backups, especially when playing in these snapshots. But anyway, let's talk about the obvious thing that you saw there in the beginning of the videos. These mobs were able to push me around. Now we know that they can push each other around, we can push them, and previously in the game this is actually how it used to play, but they've decided to add this back into the game that creatures will now push the player as well. So you can see I'm not pressing any keys, we're sort of getting bobbed around. If I move forward, we also get bobbed around when we try and walk, which is interesting stuff. So if we plop one of these down and we walk into it, you'll notice that I get kind of pushed back as well. So we've both got a box that doesn't like to collide that much. So a lot of people were speculating that this might break some old farm designs. You can see we've got loads of cows and grouped up like this. If we drop down right into the middle of them and look up at the sky, I'm going to press left, then right, back, forward. You're basically stuck here. You can't move around when they're all grouped up, which is interesting stuff. And also if we remove a couple of blocks here, you can see we get pushed back as well, which is interesting. Sometimes you go as far as 4 or 5 blocks, and some of you may remember an old trick that used to be in the game where you'd group up hundreds of these and then it could actually send you flying hundreds of blocks away. So over here there's a whole bunch of cows. I started thinking about like making a maze where you automatically get pushed around. Just goofing around with this really. It kind of moves you around a little bit, I guess, but there you go. You can see the sort of whole collision thing happening in action here as I try and get out, and it's pushed me through the side there. So interesting changes, one that I'm sure is going to provide a lot of opinions from people. This next change is with the fishing rod. It's going to be been revamped a little bit on how it interacts with entities. So if I hook it onto this guy, did you see there how it sort of jumped to the middle? I don't remember it doing that. I'm going to aim at his face and it sort of jumps to the middle, so it sort of snaps to them a little bit, which is cool. You can still right click on it to drag them back, and before I was recording it would only do this if I looked directly at the entity. If I clicked over here it wouldn't do anything. Then I started recording and that seemed to be okay again, so it works like normal. Now one thing I noticed is that you can drag this out quite far. I'm not sure how far it was before this update. I don't know if this has changed, but this is just something that I wanted to show you. We've got a no AI cow over here, and then if we head back this goes all the way, you can see 10, 20, 30, around 32 blocks it seems to stretch out by, and then it breaks. So let's summon a cow down at this end and walk all the way back. We're not going to go the full distance, but we'll go into the white area and then we'll give it a little ping. You're going to come back, look at that, we dragged him about 10 blocks across, which is some cool stuff. But anyway, going back to the collision, there is now a game rule for it as well. So if you look in this command box, this is it right here. Scoreboard teams option, you put in your team name, then you have a collision rule and then a value. So if we go to our chat and press tab, you can see the options right here. You've got always, so always being able to push one another. You can make it so you only push your own team, that there's never any pushing between players, or that you push other teams as well, which is interesting stuff. Interesting to see what the map makers will come up with that, but there you go. So the next changes to talk about are to do with armor rebalancing and enchantments. The main enchantments that have been looked at the moment are sharpness and protection, and armor rebalancing as well. The basic gist is that they're going to make armor weaker overall, but in a way that's going to make the game more fun, so you're not going to be quite as OP with full diamond armor. So the changes that have been made are kind of difficult to go over, but one of the key numbers I noted is that it goes from about 80% protection with diamond armor down to about 50%, so there's a relatively big change there. I'm going to overlay some images on the screen for you to take a look at. These were all posted to Reddit where Jeb discussed all the changes that he's making, and I highly recommend going and reading that. I feel like if I were to try and summarize it up for you, I'd just be spewing out numbers at you and it wouldn't make a lot of sense. But basically, they're trying to rebalance the armor, they're trying to do it in a really fun way. So another thing to note is that sharpness has changed. Now the default value of a sword is 5. You can see attack damage here is 6, and as Jeb listed, he's made it so sharpness, instead of going from 1.25 to 2.5 to 3.75 to 5.0, it's now going to go up in small increments. So it starts off with 1, then it goes up by 1.5, and then it goes up by 2, and then 2.5, and then you've also got the sharpness 5 on, which he didn't list. So the sharpness is no longer as strong as it used to be. Sharpness 4 is now the equivalent of what sharpness 2 used to be, so there's a rough idea for you. And also protection is going under the similar treatment as well of being nerfed. So if you want to read about that, I'd highly recommend checking out that Reddit post. So there isn't really too much else to say. They're rebalancing things in the game at the moment, and without access to the game code, it's kind of hard to figure out a lot of this stuff. Apparently things have changed with the mob AI as well, but what exactly they are, I'm not sure. Supposedly Enderman are getting an overhaul. However, if you look at an Enderman in this snapshot, the game will crash, which is ridiculous. So I don't know what else to say about that. Anyway, that is going to be it from me this snapshot video. And there is the new and improved mob AI. They still spin around on fences. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. It makes a big difference here on the channel, and the support is appreciated. But that's it from me. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.